tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
You're ditching a women's meeting for me. Nice. Good Sunday morning. God dang it. I had to do some caching yesterday, and what it does, it just puts it where it's bullshit. And it didn't take the title, so I had to redo the title, but that's not going to go over to YouTube. Thankfully, Facebook doesn't use the title. It only uses the description, and the description was correct. So we're good there. Happy Sunday morning. Sunday. I don't even know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like tired. Oh, man. Yes. Hi. Good morning, Kitty. See, this is what he does. He sits there and he stares at me. That's what he does. You probably can't hear him, but he's purring. I call it the pre-purr. He's warming up. He's pre-purring. He's preparing for his pre-purring. Wearing my Sharp jersey today. I love Sharp, man. I love it when he talks and riles things up and stuff. It's funny. So what are some of the things we got done yesterday? Well, got into a heated argument with somebody else in the field. Maybe we'll turn that around. The thing was, we were talking, and I'm like, and you know how it is when you start to argue. People start to talk over each other, things like that. And I finally said, hey, dude, we're clearly both passionate about what we're saying. We need to find a landing place on which you and I can agree, or this isn't going to work out. He's like, no, that is what we need to do. Absolutely. All right. Are there some ways that I'm going about that he doesn't appreciate how I'm going about it? Sure, there is. Are there some things that they might be doing that I may not appreciate? Absolutely. But we can sit down and we can talk about these things. Sometimes we need to debate a little bit to get to where we need to be. All right. And not everything is a problem. It's an opportunity to do something right. So he and I we're going to meet in public. We're going to go meet at Starbucks on Tuesday. We're going to sit down, and it's probably going to be a tough conversation, and it's all right. It's all right. Maybe he'll have some suggestions to help me out. Maybe I'll have suggestions to help them out. See, it doesn't need to turn into a divisional thing. It can be, people can be brought in. It's just God's going to do it weird sometimes, and anger might start it. It's okay. If you don't get caught up in the anger yourself, then you can say something like I did. Let's find a landing spot. You and I do not need to have a stupid fucking weekend because you and I got into an argument. We don't need that. We don't deserve that, do we, dude? No, we don't. Let's figure out where we don't agree and fix it. That's what we're after. So what happened? Well, we ended up with another ally. I'm going to tell you, it's hard to find allies in this industry because I don't trust many of them. And how am I going to ask these questions? How am I going to, what questions can I ask? There are none. What am I going to ask? Hey, are you body brokering? Hey, are you over there committing fraud? Are you doing anything unethical I should know about so we shouldn't align with you? Is that how I should approach it? Because it isn't going to work. How do you find allies amongst a bunch of people that refuse to change? It's hard to do. It's tough to do. All right. Well, I'm gonna quit whining about what God gave me. I'm not whining, but I thought it was funny to say that. So, all right, all right. My prediction on today's game: Broncos will win by 1 point. Right? No. Oh, do. All right. I'm just going down a little bit here. Okay. You know what time it is? Do you? It's 10:53. At least it is in Colorado. No, really. You know what time it is? It's time for Dion's Daily Funnies. Good morning, Patricia. Good to see you. It's time for Dion's Daily Funnies. We talk a lot of serious stuff around here. So you need to know that it's okay to have humor with it. In fact, by the time we were done yesterday, this guy and I were laughing about a lot of shit. See, everybody's day changed. Right? I really apprecited what I don't want to say old sponsee, what a friend of mine said yesterday that, we're in the meeting and he said, Dion really takes that serenity prayer seriously about changing the things that I can. Yeah. Now I understand I have time and stuff on my side with that. I have time during my day. So I try and make my community a better place. Right. So, all right. Like tomorrow, I'm meeting with Aurora Mental Health, and we've got a couple of things we got to cover. All right. Let's get started. Oh. How do you follow Will Smith in the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince. I used to know that whole song. I can't remember it. If I knew how it started, I'd probably be able to get to it. I'm done now. Okay. If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring? Pilgrims. Not even worth a laugh track. No. I don't blame you, laugh track. I wouldn't have laughed at that either. I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator all along. I don't get the joke, but I figured I'd use the laugh track. How does skin affect you at work? You don't have any elbow grease to put into it. Oh, dear Lord. Come on. What do you call a factory that makes okay products? A satisfactory. All right. Enough of the jokes. It's 2:53 p.m. there. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. You're 4 hours ahead of us. It's good to know. Because if it was 2:53 here, I would not be here. I would be sitting in front of my television because the Bronco game would be on. My wife got on her flight on time, so I don't have to find somebody. I texted her last night. I'm like, if your flight is late, you got to find somebody else to pick you up. But it's on time, so and I want to actually pick her up because I went and got her car cleaned, detailed. right? So we're talking about the art of gratification today. I have no reading for this, but I am familiar with this topic. Um, Something that I utilize a lot in AA. Well, especially with sponsees, right? In the beginning, the delayed gratification is don't drink, breathe in and out, and go to meetings. A lot of times they're itching to get to the work. They're itching to get to the work, right? Well, we're gonna have to calm down. We're gonna get to it next week. Of course, I'm also a sponsor where if I'm going too slow for you, I understand, and I will help you find another sponsor that'll fit your needs more. I'm not gonna make somebody suffer because I do it a certain way. Nah. And we're back. Mother Junker. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. It only happens on Restream. It's the only time it ever happens. Getting a little tired of it, man. Good. I mean, I'll handle some shenanigans. I know some, but like something goes wrong on every single stream now. So, um, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check out some other. I have a full month of free Restream right now, so maybe I'll just go check out another one. Maybe I'll go check out Riverside or something. I don't know. Seems to work well for my friend. All right. So anyway, we were talking about delayed gratification before we were rudely interrupted by Restream. Thanks, Restream. You don't bother sending me something. And what is with that? What is this with the ranking? Hey, you just utilized our bathroom at such and such convenience store. How was your experience? Hey, I just noticed you were on the corner of Main and Second Street breathing in and out. How was that experience? Let's get a little wary, isn't it? Stop asking me, or I'm just going to hit 1 star every time. I don't care my experience. If it was bad, I'm going to say something to you. If it was really good and you went out of your way, I'll write you a review. I'll do that. But don't be asking me. All right. I'll order a token from somewhere for something. How was your experience? Did it get shipped? Has it been shipped yet? It hasn't been shipped yet? Then I haven't completed the experience. Now have I? Try a little delayed gratification. Try some self worth. Stop worrying about how many stars somebody's going to give you. Stars. All right, back to what we're talking about. Oh, the art of delayed gratification. We didn't drink because we were patient. We drink because we wanted instant change. Yeah, we live in what's called the microwave age. That's what I call it. Because everybody wants everything on instant minute and we want it quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. I go through this. When I used to buy video games, I used to have to wait. I had to get on the bus, go down to the game store, buy it, bring it home. I had to wait for it to load. I had to be very patient. Now, if I want a video game, I can have it in a matter of 20 seconds. I have a very high download speed, 900 and something. So when I download a game, it takes like a couple minutes at most. It's the one thing that I kind of, because it's the only one thing that I got that's kind of, but then Restream's like, it's your internet, it's you. And actually, I do think it was our internet this time. So, all right. All right. We want everything right now. When you order something, don't you want it right now? Oh, they're going to dangle that free shipping in front of you. Do you want it in 5 to 7 days or do you want it tomorrow? Do you want it tomorrow? You can have it tomorrow if you want. You can have it in 4 hours if you order it within this amount of time. These are all sales techniques. Yeah, they're creating urgency and we're buying it. And we're buying it, especially when it comes to our convenience. I will pay a little bit more for better customer service and convenience. Certainly I will. I love it when the Bronco game is on Paramount because I'm able to pause it and I have power and control. See, it's these things. Yeah, I don't have to watch any commercials. I just pause it and go do something that takes 10 minutes. Then I come back and now I got 10 minutes of fast forward. Yeah, now I get to plan my whole day. How's that for convenient? Now sometimes the pause doesn't work, so I can't do that, and I get a little upset that I can't. I'm like, I pay for this stuff. See, being indignant will come out. There's a reason for it. Who knows? And if you go to the internet and try to figure it out, they're gonna be like, yeah, you know. So, uh, so what are we gonna do? What is delayed gratification? Well, it is just putting off what it is that you want. In the beginning, it's gonna be alcohol. In the beginning, it's going to be the people, places, and things that you used to hang out with, the friends that you used to hang out with. You might even continue being friends with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, let's talk about that just for a second. You know, the people in your life are not necessarily bad, they're just sick like you. It's hard, especially when it's family. Yeah. And again, broad strokes here. I'm not talking about anything specific. You might be in a specific situation where, like the man that raised me, there's just no reason for him to be in my life. And that's not something I need to worry about, right? Not something I need to fret over, right? What's it? It's time. We can't seem to give time, right? Because when we make the switch here, we go from Dion's time to God's time. Now, am I working on time today? Yep, I have to leave at noon. I want to be back by a certain time. You know, they're not going to be like, oh, Dion's not home. We're going to wait to start the football game. No. All right. So here's the key. You can plan the plan. You can plan the plan all you want, but be ready to be flexible, open-minded, and don't plan the result. Don't plan the result. I got a couple Jimmies here. It's kind of cool. I've been being added to some. Hey, Tyler, were your ears burning? I didn't say your name though. I was just saying how I appreciated yesterday that you recognize that I take the serenity prayer a little differently. That after a while there are some things that you can change. People, no. The only thing you can do there to institute change is being a good example. It's really the only thing you can do, unless you're ready to have arguments with people, like I had with this guy yesterday. See, I'm willing to do that. I'm okay with that. Why? Because we got to something. It actually turned out being exciting, right? So in the beginning, delayed gratification is mostly about staying away from the hooch. Yeah, absolutely it is. Staying away from the bars, right? And especially in the beginning, if you're withdrawing, that's even worse, right? Because you know there's a substance um, that'll take away those shakes, but it's going to make it worse in the long run. But we want to take care of the short run. Patricia says, don't assume or presume, and even more, don't take expectations. That's awesome. I do it a little differently. I do not assume, but I do presume. But I absolutely agree with what you were saying. Absolutely. Right? It's the expectations when you're planning the plan. Oh, it'll turn out like this. Don't create how it's going to turn out in your head. Okay? And I'll tell you why. Most people say is because you'll be disappointed if you do. No, because what God has planned is better. That's why. That's the reason why. Don't diminish it. Don't make it less. Let it be what it is. Just let it be what it is. And if you live in the moment, you'll be able to enjoy it. Hey, I wasn't expecting this. That's the fun thing about doing the plan, that it changes all the time. That's the fun part, because now I get to use my brain and come up with all these different ways of finding a solution. I get to use all these tools that that my sponsor gave me, that my friends gave me, and all these other things. Right? Yesterday we figured something out. A couple of friends and I figured something out, and we sat down and we had on a Saturday night, and we took our personal time to talk about how we were going to do. And you know what? For me, I was a little pissed because I felt fooled. And when I feel fooled, I feel stupid. And if you make me feel stupid, I'm gonna be mad at you. It's just it's a reaction. I'll tell you that. Right. Now, but whose problem is that? Well, that's my problem. That isn't the other person's problem. That is my problem. That is also delayed gratification. Instead of getting angry at them, I told on myself to these two people, because they had a much more level head than I did on this one. Well, I knew that. So I knew that their answers were probably closer to what God wanted than me. And that was okay. That is delayed gratification. I did not have the right answer on that one. I would have come to it eventually, but I would have thought about it all Saturday night. Okay, how are we going to do? Because I do want what's best for that person. Absolutely, I do. All right. And our toes are going to get stepped on here and there. It's part of what we do. It's part of what we do. So in the beginning, you're really going to be learning delayed gratification. It is a skill that you're going to need. You have children that aren't talking to you. Oh, you're going to need a lot of delayed gratification, my friends. A lot, right? So why does delayed gratification matter? Well, the first thing that it does is it builds emotional sobriety. Yes. How is that? Because you are not depending on other people to make you feel better. You're delaying it. Oh, I'm sad. You know what? It's okay to be sad. You don't need to go change something because you're sad. What's wrong with being sad? Because it hurts? No, it means you're growing. I would call that a growing pain. When I hit depression and sadness, it's usually some growing pains that I'm going through. And I don't feel right. So sometimes I call it depression. That isn't always true. Usually depression is just depression. It's just there, right? Where it's like I have nothing to be upset about. I have nothing to be depressed about. In fact, my life is great, but I just can't help it. That's not the depression I'm talking about. So, all right. It strengthens faith. Why? Because when we're like that, what are we going to do? What's a great way for delayed gratification? God, I can't do anything about this right now. Please take it for me. God, grant me the strength to accept the things I cannot change. God, save me from being angry. Thy will, not mine, be done. Prayer. We utilize prayer for delayed gratification, and because of that, our faith builds. Then what happens? You ask for help. It's 11:11, by the way. You asked for help, and then God followed through. You came out on the other side unscathed. And what did you have? You had more courage. And then you had more courage for the next time. Oh, I've been through this before, and it worked out fine. Now delayed gratification is actually making improvements in your life. You practice this enough, you won't even realize you're doing it anymore. You'll just do it. Okay. What's another one? Holding space for other people. What about your time? Alcoholics go through this. We hate it when our time is disrupted. We don't talk much about it because we don't want people to think bad of us. But sometimes it's like I'm in the middle of doing something and I have to switch because somebody needs help. And with what we do, people don't need help tomorrow. They need help now because we don't we don't pick up the phone when it starts happening. We wait until it gets so bad that we need another person in our lives. So be proactive about that. Make the call when you start feeling it. Don't wait 2 days. Don't wait 3 days. That is going to make it worse. And then you might blow up. Might blow up so much that you leave your home group because you do something silly. It happened to me. It breaks impulsive thinking patterns. Right? And what is drinking if not an impulse? The bad impulse. Right? Delayed gratification used to be called impulse control. All these words are different. I had to learn a new language when I started doing this again. Because we use different buzzwords and we say different things now than we did back in the 90s. So it's all right. So the pause. The pause is the superpower. Right? What do they say? Take 2 seconds before you speak. Okay. I'm an alcoholic, so I take 4 seconds. I need 4 seconds. Why not? People don't notice the difference. But in the brain, 2 more seconds is everything for me. Because then I'm not just going to react, but then I can ask God for the right words and maybe get them in that time. Maybe instead of listening to my head, I move to my stomach and listen to my intuition instead in that time. And because things don't happen in seconds in your brain, they happen in microseconds, a lot quicker in your brain, right? So, because even right now, while I'm talking to you, my brain's thinking of other things. It does that all the time. I don't know if your brain's like that. I have to kind of push stuff. It's another art form. Yeah. All right. So the space between the thought and the action, that is where the growth happens. The space between the thought and the actual action. In that time, this is where growth happens. Because if it's something I don't know that I want, but you're like, I don't want to, but I'm willing. There's growth. This is where the progress happens. And it may be 4 seconds. It may be 4 minutes, 4 hours, 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 years. But in between that is where the growth happens. And it might feel a little uncomfortable. All right. So the key is understanding that it is uncomfortable and being okay with that. That's where you find serenity. All right. I've been using this a lot lately because it really seems to fit in. Right? And it has to do with the Hulk and his anger. Right? And this comes from Infinity War. It comes from the movies, right? So Robert Downey or Tony Stark, right? Tony Stark and Bruce Banner are working on something. He keeps like throwing stuff at him, and like he zaps him at one point with a little bit of electricity because he wants to see if he can get him mad and make him turn into the Hulk, and it's not working. And Tony starts to get frustrated. And he's like, Bruce, what is your secret to your anger? How come you don't get angry? And he's like, no, you don't understand. I found the secret to my anger. I'm angry all the time. I am always angry. Wait a minute. What does that mean? It means that he knows how dangerous his anger is and he pulls it back. He understands his anger. And he kind of has to, huh? Or he turns into a big, ugly beast. Sound familiar? You turn into the Hulk when you get angry, huh? Hulk smash, Dion smash. So the tools are prayer, calling someone, writing, breathing, right? So what we're looking for is peace, right? Because comfort can sabotage recovery, but peace sustains it. What is peace? That all this stuff is still going on, but right now you're okay with it. We utilize perfection. That this is God's world and maybe it's perfect the way that it needs to be. that can lead to peace. Then you can find serenity in the chaos. Now you're getting somewhere. Now you're doing something. And so it's not comfort, it's peace. Trusting God's time instead of forcing our own. I need this to happen right now. Right? Like I'll tell you now, I got way too worried about picking my wife up from the airport. Last night I was thinking about, and I started to what if it. I'm like, Dion, you're what ifing. We don't need to do that. It isn't even tomorrow yet. How about you just plan a little bit, and I bet God will make it all work out. There was my answer. It ain't here yet. All right. So instead, we sat down with the grandkids and watched a movie. What do we watch? Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what we watched last night. Been a while since I've seen it. It'd been long enough that I kind of forgot a lot of stuff, so it was like kind of new to me again. I still pretty much knew the songs though. All right, so we have to learn to wait without whining. Recovery is built on 1,000 small pauses. Each one is a step towards freedom. All right, so stop choosing instant relief and choose growth. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a good day. I appreciate you being here. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And keep on